Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SCS number 439. In the lobby right now, over on the left side in red, we are joined by the fancy cloud crashers with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik. Excuse me? Who is that Dementio fella? Does anybody know? We'll get that figured out. And over on the right, in blue, we have definitely not bees, with the pilots Portable Grump and Best Fun. And we're on the map Asher Scuffle. We're ready for a scuffle. Also, just to make my life harder afterwards, I'll let the music running throughout the lobby. So it's not as awkward when I suddenly start talking, stop talking, rather. Okay, let's see. 1 minute until a lock. At the moment we have a Squid Crusader combo going up against a Crusader Corsair combo. Seems like the bees are flying their standard bees, with quite possibly bees and the Bumblebee. Actually, Best Fun, you should rename your Corsair, it should be Bumblebee. Also, no, I will do that after the match. Okay, little PSA. I have somewhat stopped caring about the Twitch VoDs. The VoDs available on Twitch. We are locked. What I will do is I will take the stream. I'm recording as well right now. I will take the stream, edit it down, like edit all the breaks out. Just matches back to back. Put that on YouTube and it will be available there. I will still contest all the copyright claims on Twitch and make them available there when I get to it. But it's not gonna be a priority at all. And ready up, everyone. Or don't, I guess. Okay, we are loading into the very first match. And as mentioned, we are on Ashen Scuffle. So let's see how this will pan out. Once everybody is done loading. I always find this interesting, like I'm streaming and recording at the same time, but I'm still loading very fast. Channel 1 is the Squishy Cactus. It is a squid piled by Daniel, where on the front we have a Gatling, on the side we have a Banshee, on the aft we have another Banshee. Channel number 2 is the Dungeon Master Urs. It's a Crusader piled by Sputnik. Front Watcher Heavy Flak Mark II, mid deck Artemis Mine, top deck Gatling Artemis. Channel number 3 is the Quite Possibly Bees, a Crusader piled by Portable Grump. On the front we have double Watcher, on the mid deck we have double Banshee, on the top deck we have double Gatling. And lastly we have the Ambulance or Bumblebee. Corsair piled by Best Fun, where on the front we have a Caronite, on the right side we have a Poon Watcher combo, on the left side also Poon Watcher combo, and a Poon in the aft to finish it off. And it seems that the Squishy Cactus is doing a scouting run as they charge their forwards and got spots onto the blue team, who are bumping each other. Sorry, of course I mean assisted turning, not bumping. It's not bumping, it's assisted turning. It was the bees going, rushing forwards ahead. And into the double focus here, and almost dying already. Eating a metric ton of damage, courtesy of the entire red team. And they go down. First kill obtained by the red team. And that leaves Rambulance very lonely on the field. And the Rambulance decides that, yeah, what are they gonna do? This seems like a bit of a weird move. Well, they're gonna happily sit in double focus and then get finished off by Banshees. I guess that was weird. 2-0 lead for the red team. 18 minutes on the clock. Ah, the war drums are still playing. For some reason. Okay, blue team has respawned all the way in the east. Spots immediately obtained by the red team here. And now the blue team has to turn around to face their opponents. Let's see what the blue team will do this time around. It seems that the red team is happily sitting at mid-range. And just spamming the Banshees into the fray. Okay, couple CBs. Getting Bansheed here. But having cover from the Dungeon Master was. Oh. Okay, Cobble CBs, Squishy Cactus pushed forwards a bit. Cobble CBs now charging around the corner. Going straight for the Dungeon Master Urs. Watcher goes out. Disabled nothing. Other Watcher. How about they get broken? Other Watcher goes off. They get the flak, but it's not gonna matter too much. Because the Corpus Beast just gets finished off again, probably because there was already a flak shot in the air. Once again, Rambulance very lonely on the field. Broken once more. No flak follow-up just yet. But the red team is chasing them. The Rambulance reverses. Break obtained again. Another flak goes out. But they managed to get the arm up just in time for that. Another break obtained. And they go down. Due to Banshee spam again. 4-0 lead for the red team. With 15:15 on the clock. Okay, blue team respawns all the way in the west this time. As the red team is still comfortably sitting in their spawn. But they decide to immediately charge south. Perhaps to find a somewhat more favorable position. They are still spotted, and they are still visible. And they should, yeah, they get spots on the squishy cactus here, so they are aware that they have been seen. And they're gonna take a position here. Well, let's see if red team actually does them the favor of engaging into them. Or pushing forwards. It doesn't seem like it. It seems the red team is very content with just sitting over there and waiting to see what the blue team does. And they have all the rights to do so, as they are comfortably in the lead. So the initiative to do something lies with the blue team. The red team can just happily sit back and await the red team. Okay, Ramblance poking out, immediately getting shot by the squishy cactus. Okay, Ramblance going around the corner, around the mountain here. Oh, but into very open terrain again, so they probably will immediately get spotted and shot at. Yep, there we go. Shots are out. Causal Beast coming around the other side of the mountain. But as they realize, they get here that the Ramblance is going backwards, they are also going back behind the mountain. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, it seems that red team has found the position they want to be in. They are sitting in the open, but between them and the blue team is an awful lot of open space. So nowhere the blue team can take cover behind as they approach the very well positioned red team. Ramblance for a bit of cover there behind that wall, but they also were somewhat forced into that position by not clearing it earlier. And quite possibly joins them behind that wall. Squishy Cactus maneuvering around a little bit. Ramblance pushing forwards again. Again, not clearing the wall. Remember that the Corsair has this weird metal thingy sticking out the bottom. And you can very easily get stuck on it. Oh, Dungeon Master was drifting a bit backwards here. I'll also look at those shiny buffed engines. Lovely. Was that overworked engine near the back? Probably Sage. Okay, Ramblance finally making it over the wall. Actually, making it along the wall. Going to the other part of it. Also, bee is poking over. Please don't have this be a stalemate for the next 11 minutes until someone decides that until the match timer runs out. So there is this massive gaping hole here, but there isn't really a way to take advantage of this. Okay, Ramblance poking over the wall again. Dungeon Master Urs has actually drifted back quite far. They just a few minutes ago they were next to this tower here. So they are I don't know. And they're still just properly positioned awaiting their blue team. Ramblance pushing forwards again in the cover of the mountain. They might try to go over. It is possible. With a little bit of a good bump or two. Yep, they will make it over. So they have committed. Okay, and they do... Okay, they hit the point on the squishy cactus. That doesn't connect, so now the Ramblance is here. And the squishy cactus is just like, oh, you know that Crusader that you are that with? Let's just kill them. Ramblance receives a watcher on their way in and gets broken. And they also lost an engine there, and the squishy cactus is in a bit of trouble. A fair bit of trouble. The Dungeon Master decides to just ignore the course that went in for them, and decides to go straight for the Quite Possibly Beast. Watcher goes out, disabling almost everything on the Quite Possibly Beast. And there they go. The Quite Possibly Beast being destroyed again. It will be the red team, also known as Fancy Cloud Crashers, obtaining the victory here with a final score of 5-0. And they will now be moving on to face Chef Zellion's Potatoes on Gratin. And until then, enjoy the music. And once more, it is time for us to return to the lobby. Over on the left and right, we are joined by Chef Zedion's Potatoes on Goto, with the pilots the aforementioned Zedion and Abject Axolotl, and over on the right in blue, we're once again joined by the fancy Cloud Crashers, the pilots Daniel and Sputnik. And let's see, we're gonna see some interesting combinations here, I think. At the moment on the left we have the Double J, Junker Judgment, going up against the SC, the Stormbreaker Crusader. I can't think of any good jokes here. Well, I don't know, better Double J than Double L, am I right? Okay, we have 40 seconds until ship lock. There was a little bit of change. Scumbag, get the fuck out of here. Okay, ships are locked. And ready up, everyone. And everyone readies up. Lovely. Off we go into the second match. And we're loading onto Oblivion South, also known as the Giant Snake. You will see why. There you go. And ship number 1 is Ye Old Derp Wagon. It's a junker, piloted by Zedion. We're on the port side, we find Double Artemis on the front, a Gatling, and on the starboard side, a carronaded mortar. Ship number 2 is the Apple Warden. It's a Judgment, piloted by Abject Axolotl with top deck, front Lumberjack, Hades Artemis, and on the rear, a carronade Watcher. Ship number 3 is the Dust Rider. It's a Stormbreaker, piloted by Daniel. Where on the starboard side we find the Carronade, on the port side we find Gat and Double Banshee. And ship number 4 is the Dungeon Master Urs, a Crusader piloted by Sputnik. Where on the front we have Watcher Lumberjack, mid-deck, Mortarflak, top deck, Gatling, Hades. So, nothing else is all too surprising on the Dust Rider there. Seems like every time you see a Stormbreaker, the port side is Gat, Double Banshee. Get more creative. Hold up. Get more creative, but don't bring triple laser, please. Looking at you, Cook. So, Dust Rider once again, or Daniel once again, rushing ahead a bit. While the, looking for the red team. Well, the red team has decided that this bit of shipwreck here is where they want to station themselves, awaiting the blue team. Now the blue team looks like they want to do some silly stuff, and especially the Dust Rider here has maneuvered for the wall. Let's see what happens here. So, in case you didn't know, some ships can fit through this gap here. Alternatively, you can also just destroy the wall, but when you destroy the wall, Well, okay, there's two walls on this map. There is one over here, and the other one is over in that direction. There. So, it's a 50-50, but I think shooting down the wall is not the thing they want to do. Zelion, that's my word, that's my line, but sure. Okay, and it seems that red team has enough of waiting for the blue team, so they decide to move ahead and forwards. And there we go, spot obtained on the ye old derp wagon. Actually, this is gonna be a wonky engagement. Well, Watcher goes out onto the junker here. Labeling 2 guns and 2 engines, so that means the junker is dead in the water. Not yet dead. That's why I loses the main engine there. Oh, actually, there's 2 engines. A lot of shots are out. The old derp wagon lost, the junker lost their balloon. And is under lumber fire from the Dungeon Master Wars. The Dust Rider, on the other hand, is taking an awful lot of damage and is already half dead, as they were double broken, and the Apple Warden was happily shooting away at them. The break obtained here. Hades, and Hades secures the kill. First kill obtained by the red team, also known as Chef Zedion's Potatoes en gratin. And that leaves the Dungeon Master was very lonely on the field here. And in a double focus, they decide to go straight for the Apple Warden. Break obtained. Mortar go out. Mortars go out. And they not quite managed to secure the kill here, but they took a hefty chunk out of that judgment, taking him from full health straight down to just a 5th left. And, okay, they had the break, but the mortars weren't quite lined up. With the Gatling going again, there might be a chance. Okay, they no break obtained on the Crusader. Watcher goes into the judgment, and Watcher secures the kill. And now the Dust Rider is back in the field. And suddenly the Junker is very lonely, and getting shot at by 2 people. Balloon goes down. And but the Junker is charging away. Is he also drifting? He is not. Oh, and as soon as the balloon is up, he used his Hydra. Well, Dust Rider is chasing them, but he's chasing deep into red team's spawn. Rebel Warden respawns. I would have preferred them to take a closer spawn, actually. But they will be able to support with their long-range weaponry. Dust Rider, realizing that there's a judgment, decides to go straight for them. Banshee spam goes out. Dust Rider is broken. Oh, and the Junker is getting handled by the Crusader down there. Okay, Lumberjack of the Crusader now going for the judgment, which promptly loses its balloon. And now the judgment is in the double focus. Break obtained. Watcher goes in. 2 guns down, and then half the armor, half the perma gone. Mortars and Banshees don't mess around. Well, but break obtained on the Crusader there, and the Dust Rider has to reverse a little bit to get the Junker pops. Another break obtained on the judgment. And there isn't much left in them, and there they go. Finished off by the Dust Rider's Banshees. Once again, Junker, very lonely on the field, but hasn't gone down yet. I think they will though now, because there isn't much space left to go to. Oh well, I think they will put up a nasty fight. Nope, they won't. And there we go, double focus where wins the day. So, and now I would actually like to address something that I was talking about last stream, which turned out to be absolute bullshit. Hey! I was rambling on about the fact that shooting a lumberjack into a pop balloon does bonus damage to the armor due to damage types and yada yada yada. Damage types are fully ignored. Like, the only thing I said there that is true is damage dealt to a broken component is transferred to the armor and then the perma. So what you're essentially having is, if your ship is made out of balloon and that balloon is popped, it's now easier to hit your armor. But any kind of special bonus type or bonus damage and type and yada yada yada, that doesn't exist. It's just easier to hit armor. Okay. With that out of the way, we have the next engagement going, and the Dust Rider is deciding to charge straight into the red team and take an awful lot of damage. Because they feel like it, I guess. Oh, Dungeon Masters. Oh, actually, no, both blue ships are half-life, but the Apple Warden, the Judgment, is broken once more. And popped. And broken. Double broken. With not much follow-up going into them. Okay, Junker pushing the Crusader here. I don't know who's pushing who. Break obtained on the Stormbreaker. It's also on the Apple Warden, and not a whole lot of follow-up on either of them. Oh, but the Junker is suffering here. Mortars go in and they go down. And once more, it's the no, actually no, not once more. This time around, it's the Apple Warden lonely on the field. And as they are disposed of, it will be the blue team obtain the victory with a final score of 5-1. And that is the fancy Cloud Crashers again. And they will now move on to face Combined Arms. And I will be right back as soon as I have that match together. Until then, enjoy the music. And once more, it is time to come back to the lobby, a little later this time. And over on the left in red, we're once again joined by the fancy Cloud Crashers with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik. And over on the right in blue, we have Combined Arms with the pilot Tears of Fuel and Water. It's me. I think that was a little fast. Well, whatever. Well, then the question is, are they combined arms or are they separated legs? Sorry. Okay. I see a Pyramidion Judgment combo going up against a Pyramidion Magnate combo. So I'm hoping for a bit of a quick one. And ships are locked. Kinda missed when that change was, but since nobody's yelling for a minute, I think everybody's good. I hope so. And I think now the time for yelling is also up. So, let us begin. And ready up, everyone. Well, close enough. Okay. Moving on. We are loading onto Periton Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Ship number 1 is the Chariot. It's a Pyramid by Daniel. It's not an Outling. I think this is called the Kelling? Garrow, we called it. Gatling Carronade top and Banshee Flare on the side. Ship number 2 is the Winds of Change. It's the Judgment by Sputnik. Watcher Mortar Gatling on the front. And Flamer Watcher on the back. Ship number 3 is the Soaring Booger. It's a Pyramidian pilot, but Tears of Fuel. It's an Outling with top Gatling, getting Side Flamer and Banshee. And lastly, we have the Dancer's Dimension, a Magnet part of water. It's me. Well, on the starboard side, we have Gatling Mortar Carronade, and on the port side, we have Gatling Artemis Watcher. Already happily poking away at the Chariot. While the Winds of Change is going, it hasn't really moved yet. Okay. So we had the blue team poking at the Chariot, and now they are firing at the Winds of Change, who fire the Watcher into the Dance Dimension here. But this dimension gets popped gets broken, while the Winds of Change gets popped and not broken. Barely not. Chariot charges into the Soaring Booger, goes straight in for the ram, not accomplishing a whole lot other than positioning himself in a double focus, while the Winds of Change is not there. Not even remotely close to being in a position where they can help. Yet. Okay, Chariot bumps the building on the way. Break obtained. Oh, mortar goes in. And first kill obtained by the blue team. Okay, Winds of Change, now very lonely on the field. There's a Dimension fires a Watcher straight into them. And not disabling a whole lot, just the mortar. So we might, there we go, there's the Retaliation Watcher. Okay, destroying 2 guns. Soaring Booger has now turned around and come around. So they will pop up on the side of the Winds of Change shortly. The Watcher goes into them. Sputnik decides to still commit with the ram, even though he is broken. But he only manages to pop the Dance Dimension here. And now the Soaring Booger can happily shoot away as he is on the side. Oh, and there we go. Banshee gets turned into Arc and goes straight into the armor. And suddenly there's only 20% of the Judgment left. Actually, no, make that less. The Judgment isn't left. Chariot is respawned, which the blue team is aware of, since you're always aware of who is alive once you've spotted them once. I once again pointed at my screen. Always helpful. And, oh, no, the red team actually gets the spot on them. But I think it should be fine, as the Winds of Change will be able to spawn to them, rather close to them. Yep, there we go. Winds of Change spawned. Should be spotted shortly. So it will not turn into a conveyor belt, even though it very easily could have. Okay, Soaring Booger wanted to charge forwards, but then I think they saw the Chariot moving forwards and they didn't want to abandon their ally. I brought a little too much moonshine there. Okay, Winds of Change has gone into some cover there. Chariot is poking forwards and now getting hammered by Dancer's Dimension. Watcher goes out, but doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Winds of Change moving forwards, but suddenly there's a lot of buildings in the way. Chariot also retreats behind the center line of buildings. The Dancer's Dimension positioning themselves besides the building. Watcher goes out into the Winds of Change, but the Winds of Change is more successful. Dancer's Dimension broken. Chariot tries to move forward, but ends up in the building. Waters go out into the Dancer's Dimension, not getting a whole lot done, it seems. Not yet, but another break was just obtained. Dancer's Dimension is double broken. Oh, they managed to get that armor up just in time. Pixel Perma left in Dancer's Dimension. And the Winds of Change will end up in the building. Oh, but the chariot just pushed their ally into the Winds of Change and no, sorry, the chariot pushed the Desert Dimension into the Winds of Change, killing them, but also potentially harming the Winds of Change as they sat down into some buildings. That's gonna be fine as they weren't popped. Mostly. Oh, Pyramidian duel. It seems that the Garrow actually having a bit of a better time here. As the Soaring Booger gets finished off. 2 on 2. With 14:20 on the clock. First kill advantage with blue. Dice with blue. A very, very chaotic engagement there. Okay, blue team decides to take the... Is that a new... No, that's the standard spawn. New spawn is in the top left and bottom right. Okay. Spawn together. Perfectly on time. Are perfectly synced. Nice. Chariot was looking at that spawn, gets spotted and gets shot. You know, spots and shots. Winds of Change coming around the side, going for the flank. And they should get spotted here shortly. Unless someone is looking in that direction. Yep, they are. Okay, now they're definitely looking in that direction as the Watcher goes out. Somewhat catching Desert Dimension by surprise. Another break obtained on the Magnet. Winds of Change is pushing forwards. And is also firmly on fire. And double broken. Watcher goes out, but mostly... Nope. No, not mostly misses. All guns on the Magnet are down. Once again, Pyramidian duels, but it seems this time around the Chariot got a bit of the short straw here. Oh, but they are charging off the map, and that is a building. Okay, they bump into each other. Once again, Chariot getting a bit of the short straw here. Especially since the Desert Dimension was giving Watcher support. And the Soaring Booger decides to just leave the Chariot in the dust. But they do not manage to save their ally. As the Winds of Change just rams through the Magnet. Oh god, Soaring Booger now dropping onto a building. And that seals their fate as they get finished off. 4-2 lead for the red team with 12 minutes on the clock. Don't bump into each other. Was this a rare moment of how airships are created? Let's not think about that too much. Blue team respawns in the top left corner. Now I'm fairly certain that that is the quote-unquote new spawn. I think it was for font. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, the Chariot almost died, and so does the Winds of Change. Oh, they're both... Oh, God! Get the fuck off the edge of the world! Okay, Chariot goes down. Watcher goes into the Winds of Change. Dance Dimension on the receiving end of some mortar spam. Half-life. There. The Winds of Change in the double focus. On fire. Broken. Oh, not broken anymore. now broken. And they go down. 4-4. And first kill advantage lies with the blue team. But I doubt we'll get there, as there's still 10 minutes left on the clock. So let's look at the playing field. As Dimension is missing a bit more than a third of their perma, while the Soaring Booger hasn't even suffered any scratched paint yet. And of course, red team is getting factory new airships. So we'll see how this works out. Whoever manages to kill first wins. This match at least. Okay, Soaring Booger poking away at the chariot. Getting their flare gun disabled. Winds of Change hasn't moved yet. They're still sitting. Now they're moving, okay. They were still sitting in the spawn. Okay, blue team sees the judgment. Yep, definitely sees the judgment coming. Let's to back off. Leave the chariot in a somewhat odd position as they poke away at the Winds of Change now. Oh, Gatling goes out, but that's not yet in range. Chariot comes racing around the corner, gets stuck on a building on their approach, and immediately under flame a Gatling and Artemis fire. Oh, but Dance's Dimension now caught in the crossfire here. Break obtained. Mortar goes out, and there we go. With that, it will be the red team, also known as the Fancy Cloud Crushers, obtain the victory with a final score of 5-4. Very well done on both sides here. And we will now be going into a short break as we wait for match number 5 to be done. And we'll be right back with the lower bracket finals. So then, enjoy. And once more, after this slightly longer break, it's time to return to the fun and the games. Over on the left in red, we are joined by Combined Arms, with the pilots, sorry about that, Tears of Fuel and Water It's Me, and over on the right, we are joined by Raab Aeronautics, with the pilots Hellfire and Captain Jan, with Raab almost pulling off the double clan ship, but failing upon Hellfire's stubbornness, it seems. Also, of course, clan ship is a trademark of Iron Islands. Even though the clan doesn't exist anymore. I will pause the music because I want to keep that part going for the upcoming break. No, okay, but there we go. A little bit of lobby game. Not a whole lot of lobby game going on, rather. We have... what do we have? We have a Pyramidion Judgment combo going up against the Crusader Magnate combo. And it seems that Jan actually listened to what I was saying last time and decided to double down on it. Last time I was saying he had an advantage, he with his Magnate had an advantage against the Artling on the other team because he had one more Artemis. So today he decides to bring 3. To have not one more Artemis, but 2 more than his likely opponent, than his opponents. On the other hand, the Crusader decided to take none. Okay, let's see. No recent changes. And as soon as I say that, someone will change. Despite the fact that we have a 1 minute delay running, and it's probably more at this point. We'll drop frames, so probably not. Yeah. We'll see. And oh, that was really close to the lock. No, no. Next time, do that earlier. Okay, we have overtime. We have the minute added. I mean, usually I say after 15 minutes 15 minutes, yeah, seconds I'm safe, but apparently not. Let's see. Oh, now the lobby game is catching up. Wow. As always, with 3, 2, 1, locked. Couldn't they have, like, done that 3 minutes ago? Wait, didn't they just... They changed all those ships around just to end up with the exact same ships again. Peak lobby game right here. Ready up, everyone. And off we go. If your loaders aren't right, well, poor you. We're loading onto Graveyard Rumble. So rumbling we are. We are once more rumbling. This time around, it's a little bit more open, less claustrophobic than Paradis. Okay, ship number 1 is the Soaring Booger. It's Bermudian, but what tiers of fuel? It's an Outling of Toptic Artemis Gatling, Side Flare and Flame and Banshee. And ship number 2 is And the Aft Guns. With a pilot Water, it's me, it's a Judgment. Front Lumberjack, Hades, Artemis, and rear Poon Watcher. Ship number 3 is the Rob Divination, Crusader piloted by Hellfire. Front Lumber Watcher, mid deck Flak Mortar, top deck Hades Gatling, and lastly we have the Rob Larab. Magnet piloted by Captain Jan, starboard side Gad Artemis Watcher, port side Double Artemis Watcher. Creativity incarnate. And so the Artemis duel begins. Oh, it seems that Soaring Booger isn't having much of that as he goes straight for Rob Divination. Raining Gatling and Artemis up down upon him. Them, whatever. Rob gets popped. Just call them Divination and Larab. Don't I? And Larab also gets broken. With minor follow-up. Divination now assisting on the Man the Aft Guns. Face Tanker Watcher. But the magnet got popped and is dropping into the scaffolding down there. Or Twisted Rex or whatever. Soaring Booger has retreated, has been pushed back all the way to the ally. And is now assisting on the magnet. While Man the Aft Guns is turning for the Crusader. And Face Tank's another Watcher. Soaring Booger really low in altitude. And Man the Aft Guns left alone. That was a lot of Watchers going into them, and they go down. Quest Club obtained by the blue team. Also known as Rob Aeronautics. Soaring Booger retreating away. Outside the out of the ribs, into their spawn. At least I think this is their spawn, but the Rob is on their tail, and Divination is cutting off the escape path. Oh, but they managed to just go through underneath the Crusader here. I don't think they will survive much longer, so the break is obtained there. More to go out, but don't really get anything done. They are once again reversing. Now if only I knew on which side the red team's spawn was. Ah, south. As the man the Afghans has, I think there was a false spawn. This might very well end up being a unfortunate conveyor belt. Soaring Booger. Oh, bad pounds right there. Costing them more than half the perma. And the man the Afghans is back in the business. Firing away. Oh, lovely spread of fire around the blue ships there. Oh, but man the Afghans is taking an awful lot of fire. Soaring Booger is back in the fight. I should probably go over here. Two blue ships are really close together. Might even be body blocking each other. And at the moment it's Soaring Booger is going forwards again. In cover from the Rip here. Now opening up on the Magnate. They're trying not to expose themselves to the Crusader, but the Magnate is not gonna give them that and is reversing. But they did get the pop on the Magnate. And almost got the armor as it was burning a bit. Okay. Soaring Booger now coming around the other side of the rib. Judgment was double broken. Still broken though. But next to no follow-up. And Soaring Booger poking away at the Magnate here. Is that Okay, Soaring Booger pushes out behind cover, out of the cover, and immediately gets greeted by a Watcher. Judgment now hammering away at the Divination, getting them popped, and immediately changing to the Rob. Soaring Booger now pushing the Magnate here. You need to be careful not to get watched by the Divination. They immediately decide to flip-flop back into cover, just to expose themselves again. And the Afghans now also hammering away at the Magnate, as the Divination is firmly in cover there. And Soaring Booger pushes forwards. And they'll probably be greeted by a Watcher. No, actually no, that Watcher is firmly down. And break obtained on the lower up. And she's go. Nope, oh, but they got the Watcher back up, and so the Soaring Booger has to face tank a Watcher. And it cost them 2 engines and 2 guns. But this is now the opportunity for man the Afghans to push forwards. But sadly there was the rip is in the way. So a lot of damage spread around everywhere. And once again it's the Larab getting hammered. Or the Divination. Or both. Seems like the Divination. Because he is the one currently shootable. Armor almost goes down, especially with that bump over there. Oh, and another bump, so armor does go down, but yeah, he's firmly in cover. A lot of cover play going on. Come on guys, we haven't seen a kill in like 5 minutes. Get going. Okay, man the Afghans, firing away at the Divination. Done by not quite what I'm used to. Oh, there we go, that's a hit. And the Magnate and the Soaring Booger poking away at each other. I feel like this match includes a lot of poking. Okay, oh, very nice actually, shooting through this tiny gap. Both ships actually shooting through this tiny gap at each other. And Divination got popped. Okay, I'm gonna change the perspective over to the blue team. Okay, let's see. And once again, just sitting, an awful lot of sitting in cover. And the Afghans moves out. Fires away at the La Rob. Divination lost their lumber. Get it back up. And Soaring Booger retreats back into cover. Leaving Man the Afghans to tank all the fire here. Break obtained. Oh, Flux were really nicely timed there. Almost. Half the judgment is gone. More than half the judgment is gone. Soaring Booger poking out of cover again. Firing away at the Divination. But Man the Afghans has taken an awful lot of heat there. And hasn't really been able to retaliate that much. Maybe the red team needs to think about their approach a bit. Because this isn't getting them anywhere. Okay, Man the Afghans once again. Getting shot at by the Divination, but they managed to get into cover before anything serious happens. Soaring Booger just sitting there. Firing away at the Divination, now actually getting return fire. Oh, but Man the Afghans! Ooh. The Divination decides to push out. They're gonna be under fire from both red ships. Ooh. Something might happen. Yep, Gabe Divination pokes out, gets fired at by the Man the Afghans. Decides to immediately back off into cover again. Nice shot. Booger gets popped. In return, they just save the Divination slumber. Oh, something's happening. Divination is pushing forwards. And also the magnet also went out of cover. Oh god. Will this be an actual engagement? Find out after the short commercial break. No. Even though I could run ads, that will just suck. Okay, Man the Afghans lost the balloon there. And of course nothing actually happened. Rob just went back into cover as soon as they realized, oh wait, I'm actually getting shot at. Oh no. Oh. Rob Divination gets stuck on a cannon. I never noticed that there's cannons in this airship here. Shipwreck. Also they're clipping. Anyway, what's anything else going on? The Soaring Booger and Rob the Rob are sniping away at each other again. Oh man, the Afghans might actually die. They are double broken and going down onto terrain. Oh, they still have some space beneath them. But they are certainly going down. Oh, but this leaves the Divination open for an attack from the Soaring Booger, which in turn leaves them open for an attack from the Rob the Rob. Divination gets broken. So does the Soaring Booger. But Divination, oh, both get their arm back up. The Soaring Booger just lost all of their engines. So they're dead in the water. And the Man the Afghans isn't quite in a position to finish off the Divination. Even though they will be, because the Divination is popped. Watcher goes into the face of the Man the Afghans, disabling the front guns. And the Soaring Booger goes down. And that leaves the Man the Afghans lonely on the field. They get watch out again. Nice burst firing there to curious accuracy. Well, 4 of the 5 guns of the Judgment are down. And now they're double focused. And kaboom! So, after we've now firmly established that going out of cover gets you killed, let's see what the remaining 10 minutes of this match will look like. Oh, Soaring Booger spawns very quickly, but decides to immediately move forwards into cover. While the blue team is reversing into the rips to have some cover. Maybe noticing that I'm getting slightly pissed at this match. Like, usually Graveyard Rumble is not the map for poking matches. I was hoping for aggressive, fast-paced gameplay, and what I get is a sniping match. Okay, Red Team is reunited, and they will go into the next engagement here with a bit of an advantage, considering that the Crusader is almost dead and the Magnet is almost half-life. Cheers. At least this match is good for my somewhat sore throat. I don't have to talk too much, since there isn't that much happening. Oh, our team is moving forwards. And the Afghans leading ship. Shots out. Oh, and the red team actually bumping each other there. Magnet gets popped. Both teams are on the height ceiling. Oh, it's, no, actually, shit is happening. Soaring comes around the side, going straight for the divination, setting them on fire and having a Gatling going on them. They are firmly on fire, they are broken, and they are dead. In the meantime, the Afghans are having a bit of a struggle with the Larab. We might see the aft guns getting utilized. They tried. Didn't quite work out. Larab tries to escape but gets stuck on the rip. And now gets hammered by both red ships. Double broken, not much left in them, and they get finished off. Okay, will this be Red Team's epic comeback? Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Raptor Nation has respawned, and will actually get intercepted by the Soaring Booger here. Nice move, but once again they will just pass. Raptor Nation will just pass through underneath the Soaring Booger. Oh, but that's... Oh, they can turn decently fast. They have to face Tanker Watcher, though. And that... But that didn't lose them the Artemis. Okay, Rob is back, also pushing straight forwards. Getting hammered at, or shot at by the the Afghans there. Crusader Pyramidian duel, while the Judgment is trying to come around the corner faster and faster. Actually doing good damage on the Rob there. Watcher gets fired into the Soaring Booger, but it seems to mostly ended up in that piece of wreckage there. And once again we're off. We're back to a bit of a standoff. Soaring Booger is pressing their F really hard to go back. They get popped, and the Afghans isn't really in a position to shoot anyone. And that will potentially get their ally killed, as the Soaring Booger was broken, is broken again, is dead. Okay, the Afghans lonely on the field, 4 of the 5 guns missing, they're broken. Divination is pushing them hard. They want to get into the mortar range, mortars go out. Mostly connect with the armor. Okay, they're broken again, mortars go out again. Remember, mortars have no arming time, they just deal damage. And there we go. So it will not be Red Team's epic comeback. Instead, it will be the Blue Team obtaining the victory with a final score of 5-2. And that means... Yeah, what was this? Okay, that means they will be moving on to face the fancy Cloud Crashers for the first time actually in this tournament. And as always, I will be right back as soon as I have that match together. Then enjoy. And for probably the final time, it is time to return to the lobby And I am now joined by the usual someone, I guess. It's Zennoch.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, after getting our insides thrashed twice, a certain position has opened up and possibility. So hey,
Yeah.
here I am.
Also, I was already a little tilted because that, let me think, 15-minute poking match.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But
I'm sure you had fun.
it was actually the best matchup today when it comes to my accuracy. That is.
Yeah, but I didn't have fun.
I can definitely agree with you. Again, I'm not the brain behind the maneuvering. I'm just the hands that execute.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so, in the lobby, over on the left in red, we have the fancy Cloud Crashers, with the pilots Daniel and Sputnik, and over on the right in blue, we have Raab Aeronautics, with the pilots Hellfire and Captain Jan.
Yes, indeed. And it is the great and glorious finals.
Indeed. I guess, hyper.
Yeah, no one's really hyping something weekly that, well, has no end consequence, except maybe seeing image and name in the SCS Winners tab.
Yeah.
I do suppose it's somewhat of a motivation for some people as well.
Also, I've on a short notice, I made the abbreviation for your guys' team COA because I realized otherwise, if I would just go with my usual way to make an
It would
abbreviation, it would
be
be
CA,
CA.
Community Ambassador. I wondered why. I guess that makes sense. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, but I also had to mention, but is it combined arms or separated legs?
Or brothers with arms.
Hmm. Yeah, sisters and legs.
Yep.
So let's see what's going on. Also, what the fuck was that lobby game in the previous match? Like, you got the minute and ended up with the exact same ships.
That's the Lobby Wars in a nutshell.
Ah, hey. This is not my day.
I think it's not a lot of people's day.
Hmm. But yeah, first, what do I want to say? We have Mobular Breaker going up against Crusader Magnate. That's what I wanted to say.
I'm definitely not going to be irritated saying Rob all the damn time. I can
Rob,
definitely tell you
Rob.
that much.
I decided that I'm just gonna call them Divination and La Rob.
Fair enough. I suppose that is valid. I'm gonna take this a step further. The second magnate is now called La.
Also, second Magnate. Okay, ships are locked. No one gets a minute.
I'm just tripping. Don't mind me. I found this warp dust. It's oddly fascinating.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
You know, sometimes I don't hear things.
It's good that nobody heard that, because,
I mean, the stream heard it.
no
And
guarantees. No guarantees.
we're actually starting perfectly on 0.
That's good timing.
And we're loading into hell.
If Hell had chimneys, smokestacks, and extensive piping networks.
And ship number 1 is the Fancy Dawn. It's a modular piloted by Daniel. Where from right to left we have a Mine, an Artemis, a Hades, a Gatling, and another Artemis. And ship number 2 is the Ron Tonkin, a Stormbreaker. Carronade starboard side, get double Banshee port side. I don't even need to look to say that.
Meanwhile, ship number 3, the Rob Divination, henceforth just the Divination, piloted by Hellfire. There's a Crusader with a front squatch, a Lumberjack, mid-deck, Gatling Flak, top deck, Artemis Hades, and ship number 4 is the Lob La Rob, henceforth known as the Law, piloted by Captain Jan. It is a Magnate with front Artemis Gatling, mid-deck Harpoon, Artemis back double Watcher.
Creativity uninspired.
Yes. Although if they would have picked the name Uninspired as their Spire name, that would also be uninspired. In other words, technically accurate. But that wasn't so. It wasn't. To
Oh. Also, someone in chat is saying, I heard it.
Oh,
Whatever. We have spots, and soon to be shots. As the Ron Tonkin is running around the back. Running round the clock. I don't know.
Standard operating procedure. In the meantime, Blue Team has in fact figured out that the Fancy Dawn is alone and is just trying to rush them down.
But they will now be on the receiving end of the Ron Tonkin's Banshee spam.
Yeah, except it's a bit far and not exactly accurate. It's just more or less wildly slinging rockets.
Oh, the La has turned around. Poon goes out, doesn't quite connect. But the Ron Tonkin decides that... Yay!
Unfortunately, the terrain does not claim its first victim of the day, and the harpoon gunner of the La does not have the proper certification to use the weapon.
Well, I guess you can figure out who it is and file a complaint later.
I have a sneaking suspicion as to who it is or her name. Oh, I'm actually surprised.
Gravel?
No, Husky.
Oh!
Anyways, that is a decent watcher going out on the Ron Tonkin.
Yeah, but okay, Fancy Dawn
Fancy
actually
Dawn
is double broken.
And 2 engines down. Ah, the Fancy Dawn's toast.
Yeah, also they have a Stormbreaker up their, sorry, a Crusader up their ass and a Magnet as well.
Yeah, not the best situation to be. I think their status is now toast.
Deceased.
I prefer toast, at least toast is edible.
Stormbreaker now alone on the field, but it's Moonshine Drift says Stormbreaker.
It's a perfect opportune moment for a harpoon attack, which misses.
That was close,
Still.
though.
Yeah, surprisingly close, but still. No certification once again makes its mark.
Also...
Another attempt. And that's...
Now, let's try to think for a moment. When was the last time you saw a Stormbreaker that didn't have Get Double Banshee on the port side?
Quite a long time. Although, well... You certainly wouldn't want to face off against a Stormbreaker that had on the same side a Lumberjack and 3 Tempests.
Fair. The last ship I can think of is Cook's Triple Laser Stormbreaker.
Yeah, not exactly surprising. Although I do remember at some points some people running a side carronade instead of a watcher.
I mean, that ship has a carronade.
Oh.
Like, it's Watcher and it's either Watcher or carronade on the starboard side and Get Double Banshee on the other side.
And that's 2 engines and 3 guns toast.
I mean, I would dare to say that that is a pretty dead Stormbreaker right there.
It's not.
No, it's not,
Especially if
because
the
the
harpoon
Poon
gunner
missed.
consistently continues to miss.
No, but
Drift
sail
sail,
might
my
not
friend.
save them
Drift
there.
sail.
Just
They're still
drifting
getting away.
backwards isn't that fast. Oh, Poon goes out.
Again.
Still not connecting. Break
At that
obtained.
point, they could have replaced the harpoon with hood ornament.
Oh.
At least the hood ornament
Almost
would-
drifting into the smoke chimney here.
Yes, the Ron Tonkin makes an escape because drift sail.
Yeah, but it could have gone a little worse. But Fancy Dawn has fancied that it should probably engage the enemy.
Yes, indeed. Retaliatory fire is going out.
And
I
the
have a feeling we're in for a long run.
and the Divination decides that it wants to go back into cover.
Of course. Who likes being hammered by Hades? I certainly don't.
And the blue team has now firmly... Okay. Do you know who River Turtle 96 is? In Twitch?
No clue.
Ah. Because they are saying they missed the 4-gun portside Stormbreaker.
You missed that. I missed the Stormbreaker that had fewer levels of armor and 60 meter per second acceleration.
The fuck?
Yes. That thing was a beast, and I loved it. Every minute with it.
Okay,
Anyways, whilst we
Ron
were reminiscing, combat continues.
Yeah, I mean,
No effect.
like, I was about to say, like, hands down, is there anything happening?
There is nothing happening, so we can just talk about life or whatever other topics we feel necessary or interesting. Seeing as how
Yeah.
nothing's going on besides the exchanging of weapons fire to no effect.
Yeah. Oh, the Ron Tonkin would actually
Literally
be
no
a run.
effect. I don't even have noticed the bloody component break in the last half minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's
Oh,
one.
now we got one disabled. Finally.
Yeah, but... Oh, God. Well, I'm surprised that we have a kill at this rate.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We have shots. Fancy Don gets
First.
popped.
Harpoon connect? Oh, that's a good harpoon, actually. They're dragging the Tonkin into a rock.
Yeah, but not quite.
Not enough force. Not enough force and not enough
Well,
reaction.
Divination decides to push a bit forwards and receives a double Gatling in
Harpoon
return.
attempt misses. Fancy
Oops,
Dawn
they-
once again showcasing why nobody brings a Mobula to an alliance ship fight.
Oh, yeah. They are broken. And half their
They were
perma's gone.
popped, and they're about to pop themselves with that hydrogen.
Oh, nope, they managed to get
Almost.
them out onto the balloon, but I think the La
They have
will
other
take care of
problems,
them.
including a mad La hovering menacingly over them.
Yeah, the only problem for the La is that while they're hovering menacingly over the Fancy Dawn, they can't actually shoot it.
The Fancy Dawn showcases Mine Launcher. It's very effective as it breaks the La Rob. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
in the
La.
meantime, the Divination and the Ron Tonkin are dueling each other.
Another break on both ships. Oh, and another lock mine. Oh, that one's gonna connect the moment La goes up. Oh, they actually narrowly dodge.
Oh, there. I mean, it looks like the Fancy Dawn almost went into that one.
Oh, come on, just grab the sorting thing. You have
No,
all the
no,
hooks.
it's not TS piloting.
Or me. Unfortunately, the
And-
Divination is suffering from Stormbreaker, followed by the Stormbreaker suffering from Watcher.
Yeah, Fancy Dawn dead, Ron Tonkin soon to be dead.
Yeah,
So I think that was
or
a boom.
Stormbreaker. That storm's a bit too rough.
Kabom. Okay,
And so the Divination did not see that coming and lost 50% of its perma.
and with that, the red blue team has obtained the firmer lead with a score of 3-0 and 1050
High
on the clock.
probability of victory. I'd give them 80% odds.
May the odds
Rob
be ever in your
Divination,
favor.
noticing that is indeed solid.
Hmm?
They just pooped the rock.
Oh. Just remember, on these maps, always assume that everything is solid and be gently surprised if it isn't, because the other way around hurts a lot more.
Especially since these are quite old maps, where people have actually gone through the time to iron out any collision issues. Enough said.
I mean, the best map, or with something having no collision that really doesn't seem like it, is still the Relict, where the bars in the windows on the port in the Relict don't actually have collisions, so you can just go straight through them.
Yep. Anyways, the Ron Tonkin performs flank. and
Oh.
decides to do mid-range Banshee spam.
It's not very effective.
Given the enough volume of fire, it can be effective, but unfortunately for them, they have no volume of fire.
Yeah, accuracy by volume is not really a thing they are capable of executing at the moment. Fancy Dawn decided to show up to the fight and opens up on the divination.
A split duel, and the red team is attempting to focus down the divination.
And
sensible.
well, it seems like they
A sensible strategy, I
will
suppose.
succeed.
Let's see if it pays off. Damn it, I feel like a bloody sports commentator now.
I mean,
not use that phrase, period.
That's what we're doing here, man. Fancy Dawn gets out-fancied.
Fancy Dawn covers flank, very effective, also close range, very lethal. Overwhelming firepower also has its uses.
Yeah, I mean, watch gets spammed into the Fancy Dawn. Oh, is that a
Ooh.
proper Poon connection?
That actually was a Poon connection, so
Oh, with if that would have stayed a little longer, they would have been able to direct the Fancy Dawn into their own mines. And
they
that still
actually do
happens.
hit the Fancy Dawn with their own mines. It's not the way they were expecting.
Okay,
Wait, is
Ron
that the Ron Tonkin getting booed?
That is in fact the Ron Tonkin getting pooed, but I don't think it will pay off for the Larab as they are double broken. And getting bansheed.
That was a bad damage. But
but
the
Fancy Dawn has
lost
been
money.
killed.
Yeah.
But
Larab is not in a good situation right now, as it is being Banshee spammed at the balloon, and that harpoon attempt was valiant, but still missed.
yeah, but the Ron Tonkin should really run for its life here, preferably not in a mountain, into a
I
mountain.
do believe they are trying to line themselves up for the Grand Drift. Yes.
Certainly. Also, with that kill on the Fancy Dawn, the blue team is now 4-0 in the lead.
If only there was a fourth alliance ship that was reliable and effective and durable. Unfortunately...
Elliot?
Well, a good enough galleon would have sufficed as well.
No, I
suppose.
think, yeah, I mean, there's a few that you could be hinting at, but I'm gonna say Judgment.
There are a lot I could be.
I mean, there is a grand total of 6 alliance ships, and only 3 of them are visible in this match.
You never know. Double Stormbreaker might be a unique and interesting strategy.
Unique? Certainly. Interesting? Depends. Effective?
Interesting
Questionable.
in the case that if the opposing team goes all harpoons, it's going to be a glorious stompage. That is if all of the gunners have proper certification, that is.
As I said, effective? Questionable. Okay, the Fancy Dawn is raining Hades upon the divination at a really long range. Wait, that's
a
like
staring contest.
That's like 1.5 kilometers they're sparing that Hades at.
Why not?
I mean,
As
yeah,
I said,
why
it
not? But
definitely
don't expect to
beats
hit
us.
anything.
It definitely beats a staring contest. Also, I do see that was a good boon.
Oh, yeah. Good shot there.
Respectable boon.
And another one. Another one.
Ah. I see
But the Watcher follow-up didn't anticipate it.
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Divination is still under quite a bit of fire.
Fancy Dawn gets popped. But they brought a parachute.
Surprising.
Yeah, who would have
No
thought
one.
that the ship with the biggest balloon and with the that's mostly made out of balloon is very prone to popping.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprise. The divination,
Yeah, divination is on
double-focused
fire.
and is about to burn its armor to the ground. No retaliation, however, because they picked their cover well. As in, they didn't pick any cover.
Yeah. It's more like the other team wasn't really necessarily in a position to retaliate to follow up.
Yes. Optimistic Banshee fire.
A little bit of damage spread across the divination as they are once again firmly on fire.
Oh,
Ron
they're
Thompson
certainly
getting...
not doing too hot.
Hmm.
Kill me.
No. But the blue team is taking an awful lot of chip damage here.
I know what is also being damaged. My patience.
I mean, I lost my patience in the previous match.
Fair enough. I suppose you've had a chance to temper your expectations with the Ron Tolkien charges.
Oh, but with the tactical bump from the Law to the divination, the Crusader is perfectly turned into Arc.
Yeah.
Ron Tonka loses 2 of the engines, gets booned again. This time around the Watchers. Eh.
Well, at least something's exciting is happening.
Eh.
Kinda. I
Kinda.
like the dance of death and life when harpoons get connected and people are going at
Okay,
insane
another...
speeds. Problem is, no one's going at insane speeds.
The problem with this map is it's so dark that I have difficulty seeing the boot. If it actually connects.
Same thing actually. I'm just trying to
Oh, there we
guess
go, it
based
is
off the
connected.
trajectory. Oh, red team has gotten the kill.
Yeah, it's a lot
The
better.
divination is toast.
Oh yeah.
And the Rob's about to burn its armor to the ground.
And now they might get Hades to death?
No. No, you see, Hades he knows the convenience of not accelerating the match.
Oh god. This is gonna
So
go
he's
into
missing on
overtime.
purpose. Anyways, however, the Larab certainly cannot escape its fate.
Yeah,
However,
okay.
that is definitely not going to be enough to rotate blue teams. Chance of success, as they have to get 3 kills in 5 minutes. When they only gotten 2 in 17.
Yeah. Okay, also, briefly, it's actually easier to see the poons when you're looking south, because there's brighter terrain there, instead of looking north.
Oh, most assuredly so.
But, yeah, that was like the big thing for me when I got
guess
the
someone
new
installed the
PC.
big spotlight.
How dark some of the maps are. Oh,
Larab
spots and
and
shots.
Ron Tonkin faces off in a harpoon connect. That was a good one. If it connected, that is.
If it connected. Okay, Ron Tonkin spots the enemy with their face, by virtue of getting shot at.
I think that was a balloon hit. Unfortunate, but they happen.
And the Fancy Dawn has made its way forward as well. Oh,
Ron Tonkin is getting lumbered.
is going for a scouted flank.
And is getting popped in the process.
And decides not to commit as soon as they are unspotted.
I guess they're just biding their time, letting the divination be distracting.
Divination actually going low and lower. If he's keep going at this rate, he's gonna touch down.
Or go to hell, whichever one's preferable.
I mean, they're already in hell, according to one of these pilots. And Divination gets broken, bumping into terrain as well.
They go up high into the sky.
And Sidon gets higher, goes higher and higher. Rob Divination, that was definitely more than one pop of Hydra there.
They're flying too fast, they're flying too high.
In
the meantime, the Fancy Dawn is being busted and rammed.
And shot and mauled and burned
tortured and
poisoned and...
tossed below an iceberg. Oh, sorry, I frozen over river.
Okay, with that means this strategy isn't over yet.
Yeah.
So, it will be the blue team, also known as Raab Aeronautics, obtain the victory here with a final score of 5-2. And that means we will be going into the second round of finals. As in double elimination, the team that comes up from the lower bracket has to beat the team that won the upper bracket twice. In order to actually win.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, then let's get going. Get the show on the road. Would you kindly change the map to Water Hazard?
Of course.
I mean, this will also be an interesting setup. Hellfire and Sputnik versus Daniel and Jan. There we go. Teams have swapped sides. And onwards we go. Also, I'm not even gonna bother asking if anybody wants a pause, because nobody ever wants it.
Yeah, and let's get this mess done.
Oh yeah. It's not like this is Crucible where we have the mandated pause by the Engineers Union.
Yep. I have to say that was one of the better traditions at that time.
Oh yeah. Was nice. So now watch the players either not change at all or decide to start do 10 changes in the last minute just to end up with the exact same ships as before.
Well, to be honest, when you look at it from perspective, it's long and lengthy conversation about potential strategies, about counterplays, about what they're gonna pick, what the other side's gonna pick. I understand it when it's a complete and utter clusterfuck. However, understand that it can be also a bit infuriating to have to keep track of all this mess occurring in the last seconds.
I mean, I'm very
yeah.
thankful for buff kit being a thing, because that makes
Most
my
definitely.
life a whole lot easier.
Most definitely.
Especially because I don't have to rely on the captains actually calling their changes.
Indeed.
God,
A
that
big
was a
thank you to Kira for
clusterfuck.
inventing it before she vanished again.
Oh, but we actually see changes happening. Daniel deciding that maybe a modular wasn't his best idea.
Oh my lord.
I mean, who would have thought?
I guess he now actually has to try.
Oh God. Are you saying they should start trying harder?
Perhaps just trying.
Okay then. 1 minute left until lock. We have... Yeah, okay, no, the red 2 has actually changed guns, but besides that, it's only the blue team actually doing some changes. Oh, I see that Jan has returned to the triple Artemis magnate, because he can never have too many Artemi, apparently.
And Squid.
Squid. Aha. May it serve them well against, definitely not bees.
Well, I'm gonna withhold my comment.
Yeah, might be better. And another squid.
Counterplays. Come on, please. The other two ships bring harpoons. You can do it. Come on.
I don't think so. Time? Yeah, noted.
I love it when
Also,
people
wait
ask
a
for
second.
time.
That was definitely
Blue
not.
team gets
That
the
was
call for
definitely
time.
not the close to the lock. And
Yeah, blue team gets the call for time. And if somebody starts complaining about that not being...
that wasn't
as
close
the
to the lock. That was 10 seconds left.
And if somebody says that that's not in the rules, read the rules again. And if you're still going to be complaining, remember, the reps have final decision.
Yeah, ready up.
What? Had time to sort it out while screaming for time.
Well, if you please.
May the Omnissiah forgive me for... You know what, screw this.
I can already see the hate comments in the SCS discussion.
Oh,
Ship
definitely.
number 1 is the Fae. It's a...
And there we go.
Will you? It's the Fae. It's a squid piloted by Captain Jan, I assume. No, sorry, by Hellfire. You. Oh, off. That's my time. 2 minutes. Hey,
And there we go. Here's the first mark.
Front carronade, right side flamer, aft Gatling. Ship number 2 is the Rob. It's a magnet piloted by Captain Jan. Where on the starboard side we have double Artemis and a Watcher. On the port side we have a Gatling and Artemis and a Watcher.
Yes. In the meantime, ship number 3, the Squishy Cactus, piloted by... Who's this dementia fellow? Haven't seen him before. It is a squid with the front Gatling, side Banshee, back Banshee, and ship number 4 is the Dungeon Master Urs with Sputnik as its helmsman. Front flak Mark II of the heavy variety, and the Watcher Heavy Manticore, and mid-deck Mine Launcher Artemis, top deck Artemis Gatling. Whilst the boss is in effect, and people are staring. Yeah, interesting how the pause timer is not... Like, why do I still have the spawn dummy function?
Oh yeah, we do.
Like, that stopped being a thing in Crucible for quite a while ago, and, well...
Unpause.
Yes. Resuming.
Good,
But
and we're off.
And the Squishy Cactus goes from...
Room indeed, and it seems the Fae intends to intercept. But
The
we're
battles
not
of the
playing
squids.
we're not playing co-op here. This is PvP, so go kill.
Yes, indeed. It's rare that you actually see squid duels. It's normally that one or the other side picks the squid. If they even
there
pick a
we
squid
go.
at all,
The
that is.
duel is going.
Battle of Squiddoms is now underway.
Oh, actually,
With the Fae almost losing armor and the Squishy Cactus having a bit balloon troubles.
and the Squishy Cactus might also just eat a Watcher. Well, actually,
That's the Larab that's eating the hit. Watch.
I think the La has some other problems, as
Quite a bit.
they have a Crusader in their face and they're almost dead.
And the squid is having a helping hand as well.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the La just ate one flak, and suddenly they're almost dead.
Well, that's the nature of heavy flak for you. I'm at least certainly happy to see someone busting out the old let's kill everyone in almost one shot.
It's actually surprisingly few ships you can one-shot. Unless you're using Loch, and even then there's quite a few left that you can't one-shot. Oh, but Dungeon Master Urs is...
no engines!
Oh, they might die to Gatling here, but the Dungeon Master Urs is firmly on fire and broken.
So in other words, it is a bit of a mess.
Yeah, this is a bit of a clusterfuck. But
Well,
you can
it's certainly
definitely...
preferable to the alternative.
you can definitely notice that the blue team decided to try harder.
Most definitely. And are having good effect. The Squishy Cactus goes to rescue its good old friend from the vile grip of the Fae. Or at least that's their perspective. The truth is a bit more neutral. In the meantime, nothing much is going on besides mid-range Gatlings and a few cooked Crusaders. By a few, I mean one.
Well, by virtue of there only being one.
Fair enough.
And surprisingly, the La is still alive. But I'm fairly certain that
That
the
is
Dungeon
indeed
Master
surprising.
is about to
Meanwhile-
change that.
Meanwhile, cooked squid does not... Oh, the rams. Here we go.
Oh, is it time for bumper cars?
Yeah,
Fae
the
gets
Fae breaks
broken.
itself trying to ram the Squishy Cactus. I guess the Squishy Cactus isn't that squishy? And la.
Oh, the flak misses.
It's not toast.
Not yet.
I think
and
still
they
alive,
will,
and
they will
the
go
Squishy
around the
Cactus
corner.
actually partially squishes itself onto rain.
Oh no. So get off the edge of the world. The Watcher goes out. The Watcher ends up killing them. Okay.
The library listing actually says that the Watcher is effective against Hull. What a nice joke.
I mean, they still were like half armor, so I'm more surprised about that. But anyway, it's the blue team, also known as Fancy Cloud Crashers, obtaining the first kill.
Indeed. And now is the great charge against the Fae.
I don't think the Dungeon Master... Oh, if that flag would have actually connected.
A long...
Oh,
that actually connected.
That one went.
That was a good one.
The phase on... Oh! Once again, the armor went up a split second before the flag connected.
And it's gonna get toasted by Gatling.
Yeah, I mean, the Fae is
eventually
firmly within Gatkill territory here.
I can definitely tell you that its fate is to a Gatling. Unless if the Dungeon Master Horse gets another godlike shot in. Oh no.
Nope,
the Fae is still toast. Time for me to brag about myself again. A really long time ago when I joined a random pub match on a Spire, I decided to just fire random lock flag shots against a squid that was moving about, trying to hit it. I hit it and I killed it at like 1 kilometer range. Still proud of that moment. Too bad there's no video footage, so you'll have to take my word for it. It's down to you to whether or not I'm lying about it or not.
Well, place your guesses in the comments. Sorry, in the chat. Fueled by Trevel's tears.
Sorry, but Tears is not here.
No, Trevel's tears.
No, Tears is not part of Trevel. And he's definitely not his property.
Okay, the law is broken and they already ate...
And that's a kill. Very
They
effective.
already ate a flag shot, then
Faye
ate a
goes in
second
for
one.
Suicide Ram and...
Oh, well, it seems that Hellfire has decided to throw all caution overboard, goes straight for the ram,
once again fails.
doesn't quite
You're not
get there.
doing it right, I think. Someone contact Bob. I think he might have a word. Oh!
Wait, did the flag just connect?
Yes! It was a heavy flag hit.
I was looking away at that moment. Fuck!
Oh, you poor sod, you missed it.
I like looked away and then like in the corner of my eye, so wait, the squid just disappeared.
It was poor timing, but yes, most definitely the Squidus deletus by Heavy Flacus.
Yeah, that's the big flag energy right there.
A 4-0. The fancy cloud crashers are certainly starting to reveal what happens when they're actually trying.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I hate to see them when they're actually try-harding, so...
But I just want to get that out there. Try-harding isn't always bad.
Most definitely. Sometimes a bit of spirit is necessary. This match brought to you by that one play I made in high school.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. Okay, the Dungeon Master Urs is on
boop.
fire. And
Oh no!
double boop, actually.
That's gonna be triple.
Oh, the Fae just had to face tank a Watcher. Dungeon Master
Watcher
Urs
did
almost got broken, but the
Up
mana
into the
got
rock.
in at just the last moment.
Squishy Tactus discovered that rock is also solid.
Okay, Dungeon Master Urs now getting broken. Watcher goes onto the Rab, not doing anything. Fae is broken, but who cares? It's a squid.
The ore is broken yet again, only to light Artemis or two. It has lost an engine though, which is not exactly good for well-being and health, and oh, that's another Watcher. Oh, they've lost both engines, oh, they've lost their armor, oh, they're about to die.
Yep.
And they're dead.
The Dungeon Master Urs has imploded.
Off to the dungeons with you.
And the Squishy Cactus is now reversing away.
It is advancing. Backwards. Also, one must be mindful of the Bridge of Doom.
The bridges of doom are over here.
There's a bridge here, though.
Yeah, I know, but that's not the bridges of doom.
Well, it's still a Bridge of Doom.
Certainly. Well, the Fae has pushed forwards and is now engaging the Quishy sectors.
Jeez. Why did you say that? That's some Slaneshi shit right there.
And the Fae realizes that, wait, there's a Crusader.
Yeah, this Crusader, this particular Crusader, in fact, has showcased the power and lethality of the flag.
Okay,
In the
now it will be the
meantime,
Squishy
Squid
Cactus
Tools.
pushing into the ally of the Squid. Nope. They
Violent
decide
Squid
to
Duel
reverse.
results in draw.
Yeah.
Because of course it did.
This but a scratch.
In the meantime, mid-range exchange fire results in nothing.
Oh, we're closing in on a kilometer. That's more long-range territory.
Oh, fair enough. I
Oh,
suppose
Watcher
both
goes out
sides
onto
are
the
not.
Fae. Not hitting anything. Squishy Cactus lost the
popped.
balloon.
And the phase about to be broken. And the Dungeon Master was gonna lucky flack him. That was really close.
I think that went through in between the balloons.
Between the engines? Yeah. That kind of looked like it, I admit.
Oh, the Dungeon Master Urus is getting surgically
More
taken
heavy
apart
flags
here.
are out. Yeah, the Urs has lost a few of its guns.
Yeah, the
Bridge of
La.
Doom almost strikes.
the
Luckily,
law
the
is
Fae
showcasing
avoided.
why you want to have Artemai. Potentially. Well, Flux are getting spammed.
And once again, the Fae trying to cook its opposition. Unfortunately, this is not a chef's match. Although
No,
I
the chefs
suppose-
were eliminated earlier.
Yeah, although I do suppose in a cooking tournament you don't cook the other chef.
Oh, Squishy Cactus
That would
popped.
actually be an interesting cooking tournament. Anyways, the Squishy Cactus got an engine toasted. Or carinated,
Oh, Faye is coming in for the ram. Bonk. Bonk.
That's soft.
Oh, break
but they
obtained.
do get some break
Wait,
and they just
that-
fly straight
I just
underneath.
noticed the Squishy Cactus is firing Loch out of the Gatling in the front.
And if they can get the failsafes, then why not? And that's a ram kill.
And that's it. Okay, where's the
A
Dungeon
6
Master?
out of
Was
10. That was
somewhat lost
okay,
track of them.
Actually, I'm going to say 5 out of 10. That was extremely drawn out, tortured, and painful.
Ah, the Dungeon Master has discovered the glory, the beauty of being in cover. But now decided
Just
to
biding their
push
time.
forwards.
Also, should I give everyone a bike horn? I can now afford it, I suppose.
No, you shouldn't.
I know. Least of which, because my sanity's going to be toasted already. Even with... Oh, that flak hit.
Oh, if they hit it again. Oh, wait, the
And it's
Squishy
game
Cactus.
over.
Squishy Cactus comes in for the
Oh,
ram.
here comes the...
Oh,
Sliding
that was so
past.
close.
And
that route.
that flak barely
Come on.
missed.
Get another break.
It's not going to happen. Engine Master is about to be double broken. And there it goes, and it lost both engines. Oh, that thing's toast.
Yeah, okay, that's sad. Maybe the Squishy Cactus can get something
Every
something
component that is
done.
destroyed in Dungeon Master is on fire.
Uh,
Except the balloon, they just rebuilt.
yeah, it was down before, so that doesn't count. I'm surprised the Dungeon Master was still alive.
Don't say that, it's about to go down.
I survived a lot longer than expected.
And there we go.
Okay, Squishy Cactus for the win.
Turns out, Crusaders are not that particularly resistant to Flammenwerfers.
Yeah,
Only
Hans,
somebody brought that during the Crusades.
Hans gets the Flammenwerfer, yeah. Okay.
Red team
Squishy
has actually
versus
pulled
Faye.
themselves out of the ashes.
Oh, watch, the Gatling goes out.
Slightly. They can still get screwed over though.
Oh, Faye gets
Faye's not
broken. Banshees go?
And they don't
Oh.
hit. Although I
that-
do suppose you're trying to hit a fast-moving target on a fast-moving ship, so
Yeah, trying to land shots on fast-moving targets while your own firing platform is also moving. And not very good for accuracy.
the
Oh,
squishy
but
cactus
Dungeon
is
Master Urs
awesome.
actually decides they really want to kill that squid.
They're not going to succeed as the Fae just simply decides no and goes around.
Oh, but okay.
Inaccurate.
Inaccurate.
And the squishy cactus loses an engine. Artemis fire, very effective.
Oh,
When
they're
aimed
firing the flak
properly.
into the Fae again.
Well, good luck 2 years.
And they're
Well, I
certainly
mean, you have to
hitting.
do something with the damn thing. You can't just sit around waiting for an eternity and then say, oh, he's
Okay,
about
that
to
blue
break.
team is definitely waiting for the La to come around the corner here.
Indeed. The flak fire continues to minimal effect. Except maybe setting a fire or two. Just to tick off the engineers of the Fae.
Oh, there we go. Shots out on the La.
Indeed. If the log gets broken and the heavy flak
Oh,
goes
blue team is
out,
moving in for the double
they
focus.
are
Gatling goes.
doomed. The flak goes out, but a bit too early.
Watcher goes in.
Watch instead. Oh, and the Fae shows up.
Fae shows up, yeah, to save the
Oh,
ally
that's
here.
a nice snipe on the heavy flak. The Dungeon Master
Oh,
has
yeah.
lost its primary fang.
Oh, but the La is pushing into terrain.
So they must
They
go
go high,
up
they go
and
up.
into the skies. The Dungeon Master is following close.
Oh,
Double Gatling fire, very
double
effective.
Gatling,
and,
indeed. Watcher goes into in. And
there
there
we
we go.
That's a rip. 5-3 in favor of the fancy cloud pressures.
Indeed. So, as Zennoch already said, Fancy Cloud Crashers has obtained the victory 5-3. And that means that they have also won overall. So they are the champions of SCS number 439.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations.
And well done.
Ah, I see, you already put the scores in. Lovely. So, yeah, that concludes SCS number 439. Wait, is my audio still working?
Well,
Yeah,
seeing as
it's
how
still working.
nobody has complained about it in the stream, it means either everyone's been deafening the stream or nobody's been watching it.
No,
Both of
just
which are highly
very
improbable.
briefly. So everything's fine. So yeah, as always, massive shout out to Portable Grump for setting everything up, preparing the challenge and organizing the event. So thank you very much for that. Then, of course, thank you for everyone for participating. I sure hope they had fun. I know I mostly did. And thanks to you, Zennoch, for hopping in for the finals.
Where's the nearest bed?
And with that, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I wish you all a very good night, day, evening, wherever you might be on this lovely world of ours. And I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.